listening to it. Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned. Elegbete TV Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. Elegbete TV Radio. We dare to lead. This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio. You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Elegbete TV Radio. We are not just about radio, TV, or YouTube numbers. We are all about connecting with people and creating a community of great minds and values.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafe Matthew Esogana. You love to come in the Elegbete One Sports. Lovely day to be alive. There's a whole fans are asking questions about the NPFL Live. Someone asked me, how would the NPFL Live help the NPFL clubs, players, and coaches? That is going to be answered on the show today. I've got Emmanuel Sebastian with me in the UEFA Champions League. There were goals everywhere. Only one game produced a single goal, and then only one game also produced a goalless draw. The other games at least produced a minimum of 3 goals. Lazio Celtic, it was 2-1, and away win against Celtic. Said from the beginning, Celtic are going to be the whipping boys in the UEFA Champions League. I'm not surprised that is happening, but let me run you through the result so that we can get away. If you were listening on the mobile application, you would have listened to the UEFA Champions League Wednesday night roundup on the podcast show. Well, Atletico Madrid won at home against Feyenoord. It was 3-2. Antwerp, yes, the Royal Antwerp were not royal. Took it to goal lead, first home game in the Champions League ever. Group stage. Well, they took it raced a 2-goal lead in the first 20 minutes. That was all she wrote. Shakhtar Donetsk came from behind and give them a Bucharest style. And it was 3-2. Celtic lost at home to Lazio. The Italians are not quitting. Yes, Maurizio Sarri showing what stuff is made of as they won 2-1 on the road in Scotland. Good. And then Borussia Dortmund, they lost the first game against Paris Saint-Germain 2-0. This time around at home, AC Milan drew 0-0 in a game they dominated so well in the first game of the group game. Drew this one again 0-0. What's happening, Olivier Giroud and Rafael? What's going on? But Newcastle were the talk of the night. They were the party poopers. They were the strong boys of the group. Yes, Dan Burn, Sean Longstaff, who begged for Mbappe's jersey but didn't get it. Well, the son of Kylian Trippier got the jersey. Newcastle 4, Paris Saint-Germain 1. Kylian Mbappe got a 2 in his rating. RB Leipzig once again fell to the swords of Manchester City. What would they do to be able to beat them? Well, FC Barcelona are now beginning to be known more for their clean sheet rather than their truckload of goals. Well, whatever it is, it was a pass. A quick thinking, good run from Ferran Torres, and a good pass to find him by Ike Gundogan, last season's winning captain, found a young man, and it was a goal. That was the only goal that stood between FC Porto. They had a few chances, but last minute tackle, great tackles, stopped them from equalizing or probably going on to win. Barcelona might be struggling one way or the other financially, but somehow on the board, they've got 6 points already, just like Real Madrid. Rest of Belgrade, 2 young boys, 2, same of the same. There is no money, no penny for guessing. Remember, the next round of matches comes on Tuesday, the 24th of October, 2023. Group stage match day 3. Galatasaray will host Bayern Munich. Reeling from the joy of beating Manchester United at Old Trafford. It's been forever. Galatasaray not playing so well in Champions League lately, going to Old Trafford to win. Eric Ten Hag, Andrew Onana, and co. You guys are setting beautiful record. Inter Milan host Salzburg in that game as well. Manchester United will play host to FC Copenhagen. Maybe they would find their rhythm again. Sevilla host Arsenal, who lost to Lens, and Lens will play against PSV. Then you have Braga, Real Madrid. Union Berlin, who's lost 2 games so far, will host Napoli. Can Napoli find their rhythm? Lost to Real Madrid last time. Benfica will play against Real Sociedad, and on the 25th, which is on Wednesday, Feyenoord hosts Lazio. Barcelona, Shakhtar Donetsk. Was once upon a time when Shakhtar Donetsk went to the Nou Camp to beat them. Can they do this again? I don't know. It's 23 years ago now. Celtic hosts Atletico de Madrid. Atletico Madrid can push further. And Paris Saint-Germain hosts AC Milan. Just might win this one, and we'll forget about what happened at the turn side. Yes, plenty of water on that turn bridge. Well, Newcastle would host Dortmund. They need a win in that one, and they will be, getting close to safe passage out of the group stage. Leipzig playing against Red Star Belgrade. Young Boys, Man City. Probably another win for Man City, and they'll be 9 points up there. Antwerp FC Porto. That's how the story goes. Next time you get a game after that time is the 7th of November. Well, that's not the big story as far as I'm concerned. After listening to the VAR officials and the center referee of the match between Tottenham Hotspur and Liverpool at White Hart Lane. Now, different people are coming out to blast the center referee for choosing efficiency over accuracy, and different talk here and there. But the one that is big on the conversation is Jurgen Klopp demanding for a replay. Well, we've seen replay in English football before, Arsene Wenger demanding for a replay. If you replay here, and we've also seen teams, ask for their players to allow the opposition to score because probably they scored a dubious goal. All that is happening in football. It's not new. But I want to bring a Liverpoolian on the mic and ask him if he thinks that they deserve a replay, and even if they deserve it, should the replay be done and all that. Good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet, Emmanuel Sebastian. Good morning.
All right, good morning to you. Good morning to the listeners. Good to have you back on the show.
After giving up my daughter in marriage.
Like I said on the show yesterday, it's for the team, it's for the family. So
yeah,
you have to
do that
and all that. So yeah, good to have you back.
And everybody's asking me, how do you have a daughter that is getting married? Come on, I'm 45. I'm going to be 46 in December. Am I not supposed to have a child that is getting married? What's wrong with these people, sir? I beg.
All right, so yeah, it's been another eventful last 48 hours of football, the Champions League and all that.
Yeah.
And I mean, the big one over the weekend, the wrong call from the VAR officials in that game between Tottenham and Liverpool. I mean, we saw the audio, we've listened to it, I've listened to it around over again, but it don't happen. Nothing can be done.
Let me ask you, when you listen to the audio, were you satisfied? Like, oh, okay, I agree.
I agree that they were. Like I got angry at the mall, like I got angry because
that was it for me. To me, like I was like, see, I didn't even need a VAR to decide this one. This one I saw it clearly, right? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't because of the replay. I saw it the first time that this guy wasn't offside. I saw the run. I play football. You doesn't need to have professional experience in football to know that ball wasn't offside. So for all of the drama, bring out the audio. It was beginning to feel like if we bring out the audio, the referee and the VAR people will be vindicated. Right? If were you, would you bring out the audio?
I'm surprised you brought it.
Because I would not.
I'm surprised.
I would hold my ground and say, what happens in Rome stays in Rome. Vegas stays in Vegas. Or White Hart stays. I would not bring it up. There's so much.
The pressure was too much on
And then eventually there is a video clip now that showed that not finally drew the line. And we like, this guy's not offside. So what the heck is this?
And the replay guy, I mean, in that video was like, tell the referee to stop the game, something like that. The man in charge of VR, Darren England, so I've forgotten his name now. It was like, you could have. There was at the point they scored that goal, Liverpool had a throw in. There was a pause at that moment. So the referee was listening to something. I don't know why they didn't call it back at that moment and say, okay, something has happened. I don't know if that would have been.
No, we didn't need the throw-in to stop the game. They scored. You call it offside. That game have stopped at that moment. That's the moment where you call it back.
But after they've played on, and the next
time
the moment of play was throw-in, and the referee paused, I was thinking, okay, they are going to call it back. But there's a voice of the VR there in England saying there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. I don't know if you listen to it.
Yeah, I did.
There's nothing you can do. To record the game, the replay guy was saying, "Oh, the on-field decision was offside. Was offside." I was giving it. I listened to that audio several times. Why could you say there's nothing you can do at such a crucial moment where you saw that you've made an error and stuff like that? So. And it was just, I got angry at
they use the match to do sports betting. Now, do you agree with me now? Do you not agree with me?
Agree before today. You don't ask me
that English league is match fixing.
Like it's as
is it not obvious now?
It's becoming clear as the fixtures go.
Over 10 years ago, when I said this thing, some people almost fight me.
And it's just so disappointing for every Liverpool fan out there. But at the end of the day, we just have to move on. I mean, your club, was speaking ahead of the Europa League game today that the best thing as a football person to do is to replay the game, and I think that's just asking for too much because other teams too who had been victims of all this foul decision. I remember a game where I think one season where Bournemouth got relegated. There was a game they played. They had a goal. It was off the line. I think goal line denied them of that game. They had 3 points again, and eventually they got relegated and stuff like that. At times you just have to, live with this. Maybe give Liverpool 1 point, give them the 1 goal. But I mean, I think that would have been fair. But calling for a replay of the entire game.
I think what is fair, if we're going for fair and just decision, a replay should be made
of the entire game.
Yes, a replay should be made because that game is a first. It's like we will look at this season eventually. If Liverpool comes second marginally by 1 point, right at the end of the season. They will always point to this game and say, this is why they didn't win the title. This winner of this title is rubbish, blah, blah, blah. That's one. If Liverpool don't make the top 4 by missing it on the 1.2, the same conversation will come up. That's one. I think that they should be replayed. Now, what they are afraid of is, if we allow replay now, other coaches will start calling for replay. Now, that's why I have a problem with them. Why would you anticipate that you will keep making this type of mistake? How do you solve it is, first off, I agree that even the semi-automatic offside machine made mistake, like the one we saw the World Cup. Saudi Arabia versus Argentina. And people forget about that. Those people that are claiming, the World Cup was rigged for Messi. Remember the Lautaro Martinez goal that was disallowed against Saudi Arabia? Yeah. It wasn't in an offside position. Later, the panoramic view that showed that. But not too many times do you see that kind of mistake. So if you call a replay now and the excuse is, what if it happens again? My question to you is, why are you anticipating this type of corruption to happen again? In a system that everybody claims that, you want to do like this, they're better, blah, 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 blah. Why would you anticipate? So you're telling me that another, how many times the PGMOL have apologized for things that are avoidable? Is it the Brentford goal against Arsenal? If is it the one that they relegated Watford? Is it the one that in 2000 they fixed the entire league to make Liverpool win it? Is it the one they've done for Manchester United? Is it you could go on and on and on and on and on. Why can't we just fix it? The replay does not mean it's going to happen again and there will be another. If you can't fix it, then you keep having replay and rubbish your league. No big deal. But how many times do you have this type of nonsense happening in every other league? So if those leagues are doing well, English league that call themselves the cradle of football civilization and all that, should also do well. After all, this is a league that have the highest number of investment. So why are they not doing well? Nigerian league that doesn't have a VAR, does not have this type of stupid calls.
Anyway, I can't wait for the next game for Liverpool. just get over this game. I believe
That's the thing that I don't like. Everybody wants to get over the game. Just get over the game. No, don't get over it. Let's stay on this game.
For the players, they just want to, get the next result and just move on. The fresh competition today, Europa League, USG, just get the win. But I mean, like you said, in the long run, if they get to win the title or get not to win the title or didn't make the top 4, they would always reference this game and say, okay, points in this.
That's
game,
the time they were robbed.
Give us, this result and all that. But we'll wait to see what the PGMO will do next. The updates from this is that England will not officiate any Liverpool game again this season. So,
but it will still officiate game. So you will go and do a snag game.
Simon Hooper, the referee, was a fourth official. The Premier League official the other day after that weekend. I think it was the Monday night game.
So you see what I'm saying?
So they just had to.
It was the fourth official for the what's it called, the Brentford and Nottingham Forest.
Yes, I was like, it's not the same Simon Hooper I saw the central referee for the game against Spurs. So, but that in England won't officiate any Liverpool game again this season. I don't know if that's enough punishment or something, because then it seems that that's the highest punishment these officials get. The highest they do is they just take them off the next round of fixtures and all that. No fine, nothing.
Now let me just before I let you take the reins of the show, let me flip the script a bit. If all these things that are happening in England, that PGMOL are coming out to apologize. Let's say it happens in Nigerian League, and it happens once. Who's going to apologize now? GTI or NPFL come out to apologize once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. How do you think people will be talking? Would we be having this conversation like this, the way we're having it now? Like, let's just move on. It's not a big deal.
Everybody keep going on the league. Like everybody use it as an opportunity.
You hear things like, this is why I don't go to stadium. This is why nobody's investing in the league.
Anyway, their last 2 games have been abandoned. I had to bring that in. I was seeing it on Twitter. I'm like, I just flashed back.
One was abandoned. They almost burned down the stadium. The other one again was abandoned. They have to continue. Nobody's talking because now Oyibo did. I used to tell you that if Oyibo do wrong, black people go say, let's just move on. It's not a big deal until we do our own.
Anyways, yeah. So that's the one of the biggest turning points from the last year. I think it's going to go on and on till the next Premier League weekend. This weekend, that's call from the VAR officials. But I mean, we've moved on to other football competitions. Welcome once again. If you're tuned in, it's the Sport Buffet, the Thursday edition of the show. I mean, the biggest one was the UEFA Champions League. We saw games played on Tuesday and Wednesday. Quite a number of comeback wins in the Champions League, this week as well. Yesterday Atletico Madrid, the 5:45 kickoff. Also a comeback win for them. Fantastic game. I saw that game. 5-goal thriller. 3 goals to 3. They've been struggling in the Champions League this season. Atletico Madrid, I don't know.
On all front, even in the league.
Sevilla as well. I mean, they played a 2-2 draw. In my head, I said, men are stay this Champions League. Don't drop to Europa League. Just stay there.
They are coming.
Stay there.
I told you that. They are coming.
I love that. Celtic, come back with from Lazio. Celtic lost at home, struggling under Brendan Rodgers. It seems at the moment. I mean, the biggest one of the night was that win for Newcastle. Was it more of a perfect game from Newcastle, or PSG has been shambolic all season under Luis Enrique? How would you sum that?
When a team wins, I hate to blame the other team that loses. Because they didn't play well. Yeah,
because nobody saw that.
When you lose Messi and Neymar, people are beginning to realize that how good Neymar really is in the equation of football. Barcelona lost Neymar and they were never the same again. The side got the beat by 8-2 and the rest of them. Even though they still had Suarez and Messi at some point, Paris Saint-Germain has been dominating. They are 5th in the league table, right? So they've been dominating, running everybody out of the park. Mbappe's been scoring goal was going out of fashion. But when you have 2 people behind you who are always getting in double figures in terms of assists, and majority of those assists comes to you. Yeah. You should know that when you lose those 2, it's like losing your turbo in your engine. It's gonna be dragged. It's gonna be slow. You will look like somebody that has speed. You look like a Ferrari, but a Ferrari with a Keke Napep engine. That's exactly what Paris Saint-Germain have become. Can they win more games? Yes, they would win games. They would beat some opposition, but then they are there for the taking. Now, not like they actually even stand their authority as the will of the Wiz, a superpower like the Bayern, the Real Madrid, the Barcelona, the AC Milan, even Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, and the rest of them. They're still struggling to come to the party. They're still struggling to be seen as a team that people are in awe of, right? And then all of a sudden they are getting this type of result. People are going, oh, same old, no big deal. Because the thing about football, that's what Manchester United are suffering now. The thing about football is you can have all the great players, great star collection of everybody, if you don't have the fear factor. And that fear factor starts with your own form. If you have an incredible home form that is untouchable, then you not take it and build it and go away with it. You create the fear factor because people start thinking, well, how do we stop these guys? That's the Man City thing with Pep. How do we stop them? And your approach to the game psychologically is, no, we're not the ones that will come and beat 5-0. Let's do damage control. So once you start thinking in your head, damage control, let's not get, even if we'll be beaten. You know that feeling of, even if we'll be beaten, let's not lose too much. If we lose 2-1, if we score 1 goal, or we lose 1-0, we have done well because we always compare our result with the people they beating 5, 6, 7 goals to nothing. But Paris Saint-Germain don't have it. They don't have it. And everybody who's playing there knows that they are this thing they say on your day. Oh, when Mbappe is in his day, they are on your day team. They are not a consistent team. And anybody can beat such a team. And that's exactly what happened. On the part of Newcastle, they played a perfect game. Tactics was spot on. The Newcastle players ran more than the Paris Saint-Germain players. The thing you need to know about Paris Saint-Germain, even with Messi and Neymar, is if you play against a team that is willing to run more, hustle more, press more, and defend well, just have an organized defending, you will beat them. And this time around, Mbappe can have all the acceleration that he's got, but somebody's got to supply the ball. What Paris Saint-Germain, what Newcastle did was the fact that they made sure no supply channel was available for him. They locked down all the supply channel, and running without the ball is useless if you're not going to get the ball eventually, or if you're running, it's not going to create space for your position. And the fact that there were a lot of runners and movers in that midfield for Newcastle meant that Paris Saint-Germain were not even allowed to stay on the ball long enough. They hustle them, parry them, make sure even when they get the ball, they are turning it over very fast to Newcastle. Newcastle were playing like Manchester City in a black and white jersey yesterday. That was beautiful for them.
All right. Other fixtures in the Champions League. I mean, I had to look out for our Nigerian brothers. For Kylian Mbappe, he played a 2-2 draw.
Red Star Belgrade.
Red Star Belgrade played a 2-2
draw. Kylian
So they're trying to get used to it.
Let them get out.
So another appearance for him in the Champions League, but he just couldn't get the win against young boys. For Royal Antwerp, like you talked about that on your intro. I mean, you got a 2-goal lead and you blew away that lead. Good one for our boys. They had a run out. Alassane Yusuf, Chidera Ejuke, and George. Funny enough, after they considered the third goal, they had a penalty later on. The experience to be the other way around. Former Atletico Madrid and sports defender, just hit it off target and they just couldn't come back in that game. So sad one for the Belgian champions, Real Antwerp. FC Porto against Barcelona. Zeus Onisu wasn't in the match day squad. So
these are the reason why Premier League will always fix their league anyway. With this type of things, it's the reason why the Premier League will always be fixed to favor teams that can go to Europe and go and win. Also, the reason why Arsenal, I say like last season, Arsenal is not going to win the league. The champions of England goes to Europe and fall by the group stage. Doesn't make sense.
You talk about Arsenal. Let me take it back to Tuesday. I mean, the two English teams lost on Tuesday. Newcastle and City.
One on Wednesday.
But talking about Arsenal and United. For Arsenal, I mean, they went away at front. I mean, Arsenal had a fantastic season in the French League One. They chased PSG all the way through, and they got that way quite surprising. I don't know if it was surprising for you, but
it wasn't because in the morning I was already telling my friend that Arsenal was going to lose.
So how did they lose that game? The talking point from that game was the injury to Bukayo Saka. A lot of them say that Mikel Arteta not managing his minutes, playing every game. This guy has played up to more than 80 consecutive starts in the Premier League, and the burnout and all that. Is that really a problem?
I'm
seeing was it for Ljungberg and some other Arsenal ex-Arsenal players saying he needs to manage. The injury was always going to come.
Who managed Thierry Henry? Who managed Thierry Henry when he was playing? Who managed John Terry when he was playing? Listen, every footballer wants to play regularly. Yeah. My only problem with Mikel Arteta and Bukayo Saka is there is no backup to his position. That's my only problem for him. It's not about managing him. They'll be managing Martinelli. He gets injured more than any other person. They'll be managing Gabriel Jesus as well. They'll be managing a lot of players. It's not about managing players. Players will get injured when they get injured. It's not whether you play regularly, you are there to play. Would he get burnout? Yes, he will get burnout. The thing is, there's no backup for him. There's no replacement for him, and there's nothing you can do. Would you be happy They just put a Ramsey on the bench for 2 or 3 games, and the whole England is on fire complaining. If you bring in one player now, and you're trying to manage Bukayo Saka again, and you put him on the bench, and you play somebody else, Arsenal goes on to lose. Oh, Kalateta doesn't know what he's doing. Why is he rotating this thing? So people will talk. The opinions of people are the opinions of people. And we're in an era where there is proper science, people take care of themselves, the medicine science have advanced, and the feeding, nutrition, and everything. It's on an astronomical level, right? So you don't wake up and tell me, oh, it's because they're not managing him, that's why. Football, this is 90 minutes. Come on, you can get injured in training, you can get injured anywhere. I don't want to believe that a job you do once every 3 days or once every 7 days or 5 days, you get burned out. Really, really burned out for 90 minutes of football. Let's even say you play for 2 hours. Are you serious right now? You know how many days basketball games there are in a season? For 2 hours you play basketball game. Where is the burnout coming from? You can rotate your team, yes, but where's the burnout really coming from? Would you be happy to see Erling Haaland not start 3 or 4 consecutive games for Man City? Would you not call that Pep Guardiola? Let's leave all this talk. We tell this one that he's a small boy. Football is football for old men. When we're young, we run from here to Ekpe and come back. So what's all the burnout talk and all that? But when we see that, they just gave Ramsey time to rest, and the whole England is about to burn. So
I mean, that was the first defeat of for Arsenal this season. Maybe that was why a lot of
it was coming. The thing is, the difference between Arsenal this season and Arsenal last season. Arsenal last season, you're afraid to play them because they were so mobile, they were so incredible. Everything was clicking, and they were imposing with Granit Xhaka in midfield and rest. In this season's Arsenal team, they are one mistake away from being beaten. Arsenal doesn't look coordinated, doesn't look good. They're jaded, they're slow. They're not inch perfect. They are not. The engine is not steaming. They just, I want to use the word luck, but they are still having the spillover from last season. Still, getting some things right. When they get it right, like the 4-0 against who did they play? The 1-4. Is it 4-0 or 4-1?
ESV.
No. In the league.
Okay.
In the league. Bournemouth. Yeah. You look at it. They've done well, but there were 2 penalties in that game. Right? I'm not saying that the penalties were not deserved, but it wasn't like, fluidity, good movement that brought the goals. You look at this. I told a friend, I said, last season Arsenal will beat this season's Arsenal hands down. That means they've not made progress. And people will not agree because, look at, but the points on the table at this time last season is different. Yes, they were playing Champions League last season, but there's just something about this Arsenal team that tells you a defeat is coming. And it's going to be massive. Man City, Arsenal playing next?
Yeah, Man City
this weekend. Maybe 5-0.
All right, that's that about Arsenal. Let's go to Manchester United quickly before we move on the show. I mean, another defeat at Old Trafford. I mean, they got in the lead twice in that game. They just couldn't hold on, and eventually they considered that, hammer blow from Mauro Icardi after he missed a penalty to lose that game 3-2. Andre Onana again, another goalkeeping error from the goalkeeper. How would you the atmosphere, everything around Manchester United? That's back-to-back home defeats, for Manchester United, losing against Crystal Palace and Galatasaray. Like, how would you solve that? How do you see them getting out of this?
Who are they playing this?
I need to check. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But how do you see them coming out of this? They play Brentford next in the league at Old Trafford. Yeah.
Brentford might just also come and beat them again at Old Trafford. They might win, they might not win. I think I want Eric Ten Hag for all of the praises that he gets for what he did with Cristiano Ronaldo, which I support him for. I think after that, everything is done has gone south. First is done, nepotism with signing Andre Onana, giving the contract to, I don't care what anybody wants to say, and all of the mistake of David Igea that you show me. Yeah. He was player of the season for a dead Manchester United 2 seasons in a row.
Won the Golden Globe in his final
season. Won the Golden Globe in his final season in the league.
Yeah.
Not for Manchester United, in the league. There must be something good. You show me how many Golden Globe Onana has got. He's fighting with national team. We had a good Champions League run, but too many people have tournament good run. James Rodriguez had a good tournament run. Diego Forlan, okay, let's not go talk about that one because that guy is good all around. But there are people who have tournament good runs and you say they are fantastic. That doesn't make them fantastic. They are shit. Okay. Last season, Inter Milan were horrible in the league, considering goes 4-3-2, like that. Even happy everywhere. But when you look at Manchester United, when they needed players in certain areas. The coach's selection sometimes is wrong. You can't have. He doesn't have the strong will to drop Rashford or Anthony Martial. He doesn't have the Pelestri and Garnacho are playing well. Why not start them? They played in the cup game against the same Crystal Palace and beat them, and they played well. Why not continue? If it's not broken, you don't fix it. Isn't that the rule of the game? But hey, it's Manchester United. I mean, I take delight in watching Manchester United suffer as well. Just the same way I want to see Spurs suffer. Unfortunately, they're not suffering this season. So it's not a big deal for me. But I think that the coach, the manager, have not really. People say it's not lost the dressing room, but it's going to lose it. So I'm probably is afraid of losing it. That's why he can't cut Rashford down. Rashford had a good season last season, scoring plenty of goals. But this season is not there. And then Rashford is also making Rasmus Højlund suffer because every time he gets the ball, he's hogging the ball for too long. He doesn't find his teammate. He thinks that he can score from anywhere. He thinks he's Wayne Rooney, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and all of the best Manchester United players rolling into one. He's not playing for the team. He's playing for himself. And when they are not with the ball, Rashford does not, make effort to try and win it back. You have Rashford who's not winning the ball back. You have Anthony Martial who's not winning the ball back. You have Rasmus Højlund who also does win the ball back, and then he goes back and run down too much. By the time they get the ball, he's not in a position to go get the goal and score it for the team. So I think that the coach needs to make a big call. And because he's not making those big calls, I put the blame on him. He's responsible for what's happened because, man, leadership, everything rises and falls on leadership.
All right, talking about United, they've had their worst start of the season for a long, long time. I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to get out of it. The only positive from that game was Rasmus Højlund scoring a brace. He scored. The first player since Erling Haaland to score in his first 2 Champions League games. This is
the Man United that people are saying Osimhen should come and play. This is the Manchester United.
Maybe would have come with good luck.
No, good luck. Is he the son of Jonathan? Good luck, well.
Anyways, that's that about Manchester United, and we also hear Jadon Sancho might just be leaving the club in January as well. So a lot going on at Manchester United.
Somebody said I should remind you that Thiago Alcantara have been managed. He says, Patrick, if a Liverpoolian like you, and he says it's been managed like Nigerian economy, but he's always injured.
Patrick,
so in response to the Bukayo Saka talk of management.
I mean, Thiago's case is worse. I bet that guy is.
No, but that's the point.
Yeah,
managing players. That talk of resting player, overusing player. If you've got them, use them until they break the leg. Come on, and then bring somebody else. Nobody cares about managing players and all that stuff.
Talking about Seaman. Napoli played on Tuesday. They lost that game against Real Madrid by 3-2. Seaman had a no-show. He had a decent game, but
no, Rudiger was
like
Rudiger did it to Mourinho on him. Yes,
marking players and doing it to Rudiger was fantastic.
If you know that's the only way to stop the player, you've got to put somebody, because the thing about Osimhen that people don't give him credit for that much is the fact that Osimhen is an all-round player. He's good with back to the goal, the Drogba style. Yeah. He's good with his right foot. He's good with his left foot. He's good aerially. Not too many African players are that good. African players don't come complete. In the last 20 or 30 years, you have like only 3 players that are like that, or 4. George Well, Samuel Eto'o, Didier Drogba, and then Victor Osimhen. African players you have everything. Not even Sadio Mane doesn't have everything complete. It's just that he needs to now, for once, go to a team where everybody would be willing to work for him. If he goes to a team where everybody's willing to work for him, damn, I think he's going to score a lot of goals.
All right, moving on. I don't know if you have comments, but let me just take this question quickly. This one is from Chooks. He says, since you guys are talking about Nigerians in the Champions League, please help me ask Elegant, how would he sum up Chukwueze's start to life in Milan so far? He had another blank yesterday from Milan. So yeah, that's the question.
My position on Chukwueze from the beginning still stands. You were here, you asked me that question. Do I think that the move to Milan was good? I said it's not a good move. He goes to that for bench well. He not going to play regularly. And when he gets to play, if he doesn't deliver, they'll yank him off again. That's exactly what's going to be. I still repeat that position and I stay there. But when you make this type of position, you don't like him, and the tribal bigots in Nigeria will come and say, oh, an Igbo boy, not like our Igbo brother. I don't really care. I have 3 children whose name are Emeka, Chukwu Emeka, Ogo Chukwu, Ekene Chukwu. I don't understand why people think I don't like Igbo people. And my wife's name is Nkechi. I could have married anywhere. I didn't marry Ejiro. I didn't marry Agogo. I didn't marry Ufoma. And they say I don't like Igbo people. I don't know how much more like or love I will have for Igbo people. And an Igbo boy is sitting in front of me here. And people still have that, he doesn't like Igbo people. I don't get it. It's not about liking Igbo people. It's just about his style of play. I said it when he was at Villarreal. The thing about Villarreal is a small club that does not have high expectation.
Yeah.
Guy, so they play in a city. They're in a city where there are less than 10,000 people, and any small thing, everybody's excited. And then they go play those big games where they play against Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and you shine like a million stars. No, yes, right. And you know the way Nigerians are very, very sensational. Score 2 goals against Real Madrid, and you are the same level with Kylian Mbappe. Yeah. But you say sensation doesn't play football. Football is played on the strength of consistency. That's the reason why an Mbappe can be trolled. For all of the achievement he's had, World Cup finals, World Cup highest goal scorer, everything that is achieved, being on the Ballon d'Or nomination. Yeah, have one poor game against Newcastle and everybody's trading it. That's football. The kind of consistency that Mbappe have showed over the years is enough for you to say he's had enough in the bank for us to live in, to have many bad days. But no, that's the reason why some people who have the guts, the audacity to tell you that Neymar is a failure. But then when you say similar thing about Chico, who's not achieved anything other than win on the 17 World Cup, everybody say, oh, why are you attacking him? No, that's not attack. The thing is, Chico is in worry balance. Chico is not high play ball. I'm sorry to say it. Chico is not high play ball. Because again, I'm going to measure him with all the wingers, all the people that play his position. And the best of that position, maybe, let me not use David Beckham because that style of play maybe doesn't exist again. The way he plays, the best of his style of play is Ian Robert or Frank Ribery. Is it up to 1%, not to talk of 10% of those players? The answer is no. So if you're measuring him by that yardstick and you want to put him on the scale of 1 to 10 of Ian Robert or Frank Ribery being 10, where would you put Chukwueze? Can you boldly put him in 5?
No, not at the moment.
Good. So it's as clear as daylight. It's as finally understanding that I'm a black man and it is evident here. Unless somebody's trying to tell me that I'm a white man. And I'm not, right? So when you say this thing ostensibly clear that this one is how I play ball, people get mad and angry that you're saying things like that. No, it's the fact. I like him. It's a guy, it's a kid that I love. Fantastic guy. What people don't understand is most of the Nigerian players, I love them individually. But I don't come here to talk about them as individuals. I come here to talk about them as footballers. And if I on my own, doing my job, don't do it well as well, people won't come to this show again. People won't listen to me because hey, this guy doesn't know how to analyze football, doesn't understand football. Yeah, you want me to be sentimental, but on the long run, this thing is going to be online for the rest of my life. And one day they would extray his football career. I remember back in the day, I used to say that Paris Saint-Germain knows how to play ball. And people used to be very angry with me. And I said something one day to Mr. Fashion, and I said, listen, when this boy career ends, after 3 years, nobody will remember when I play football for Nigeria again. That's how you know say somebody knows how to play ball. When somebody starts to play ball, it becomes the reference point for the generations that are coming. But when person, that's when somebody's happy. But when someone not happy, people easily forget it. Like they can't even remember one key game that they played that they light up the game. That's when you know this person knows how to play ball. But that time they used to look, and then it was new to radio that somebody would come on radio and say, "Oh, footballer knows how to play ball. Somebody play for national team." And you hear people calling, if you know something, why did they invite that national team? I said, oh, Bori, they get national team invitation. If the coach like you, if the coach is your tribesman, if the coach have your have some business that they're doing with you, they will invite you. It happens everywhere. In Europe, Adi Donana displaced David De Gea. Racket. His business racket. Simple. How is it that before Arsene Wenger became Arsenal coach, there was only one Frenchman that have played for Arsenal. His name is Grace Grimandi. By the time Arsene Wenger spent 22 years, more French players have played for Arsenal than English players, and the club is an English club. Oh. You want to tell me that is not racketeering? Because now Salisu Yusuf do all of a sudden, you see Norwegian player now. Oh, come on, leave these people. So Chukwueze for me, moving to AC Milan is good for the pay, but the value of the game, because again, there's something you look at footballers. There are some footballers who want to learn, improve their game, and grow, even in every industry. It's not just football. But there are some footballers who are content with where they are. I mean, I know that the Bible says contentment with godliness is great gain. But in football, contentment with godliness is foolishness.
All right. For Chooks, Chooks went on to say, I hope he proves you wrong because I expected a lot from you. Of course, he wants to be proven wrong.
The expectation.
Nigerians, so we all want him to do well. So don't get it twisted. We all want him to do well.
That's the hard job of an analyst. An analyst is like a judge. They bring the son of a judge before the judge and say he killed somebody. You're not going to say because it's your son in a real setup. In a real setup, not in this one where judges do technicalities and let drug barons and criminals and forgers remain where they are. I'm not mentioning anybody. I'm just saying. In a real setup, you expect that they bring the son of a judge with clear-cut evidence that he committed the crime. The law should take his place. That's the job of an analyst. You bring my younger brother here and say, let's analyze him. Analyze it to the best of my knowledge. He might not be happy. My family might not be happy. But hey, it is what it is. If he's doing well, I'll praise him to the high heavens. What I always say to people is, when I praise these favorite players and coaches to the high heavens, when they buy me tom-tom. So they start criticizing, you prove me wrong. Like there are some hordes of Newcastle fans now that are tagging me to my tweet. I tweet about Eddie Howe because they beat Paris Saint-Germain. A dying Paris Saint-Germain. A dying, crippled Paris Saint-Germain were fifth in the league. When Paris Saint-Germain were topping the league, they had Neymar and the rest of them. Go and beat them 4-1 now. I don't know, tear Newcastle apart. But hey, they beat the dying Newcastle. They come and tag me. You are too hurry to judge Eddie Howe. I say it's not won anything. In England, 31 years of the league, an English coach have not won the league. And you're telling me I should not judge English coaches? I'm judging them too soon. 30 years. Name any league in the world that the league I've got 10 years, I coach from that country. I've not won it. Come on.
Well, for some they still have the backing of ex-internationals, Tariq West, and your coach. I still believe in him. We hope at some point he picks up, get that first goal, take that body off his back, and Christian Pulisic is. It doesn't
need a goal to do anything. He just needs to play well. The position he plays does not require him scoring. That's how easy the job for him is. Create goal, have good games. Not this one that you're playing like headless chicken.
All right. I don't know if you have any comment to take.
The strong one is the question of the league. People are asking, as a fan, I am asking, how would the NPFL Live, which is the app, help the NPFL clubs, players, and coaches? Okay, let's talk about that one in bit.
Okay, yeah. So before we talk about that, also yesterday we saw the NPFL Live on their Twitter page that Spyro, the popular guy.
Who's your dad?
One of the best running songs in the last couple of months and early this year as
well. Oh, it's the best running song.
No, it's for me. I'm not.
No, the way some of you people attacked it, I thought it was a very.
No. The song is an anthem. Like who's a guy? It's almost in the lips of everyone. There's even a remix with Tumasabi and all that. So they came out to say that this is going to be the official anthem of the NPFL this season, and he didn't sit down with quite the number of people, but the fact that the song has been out there, has been raining, had nothing to do with football and stuff like that. So why not ask him to compose a short song or just why
did Juventus go and take a song that have been there since forever and make it their song, Thunder by Imagine Dragons? Why did the UEFA Champions League not tell Burna Boy that you can't come and sing that your song? When you come out there, compose a Champions League anthem and sing for us? Why does the NBA or the NFL always allow musicians to come perform their own songs and use it as same song for them? Why does what's this guy Stormzy? Why do they use Stormzy's song in some of the English clubs, especially Manchester United, for some of their events? And the partner with Stormzy, and he's still singing his Cockney accented songs for them. Why is anybody not complaining? So first off, let's try and understand the dynamics of this Spyro. So that when I saw the reaction of a lot of people to the Spyro song, I was like, now when I go on my show or radio or Twitter and I say that Nigerians does not know anything about football, people say I am rude, I'm insulting them. But it is the truth. We don't know. If we know, our football not going to do well with it. Somebody came out yesterday and tweeted that 1,000 naira gate tickets for Sporting Lagos game is too expensive. Are you crazy? A kg of gas is 1,000 naira. 1 kg of gas in Nigeria today, and it's still gonna go up. 1 liter of fuel is how much? 600 naira. And you're saying the game that you watch for 90 minutes without the fanfare and everything that comes with it is too much for 1,000. Let's break it down. Let's start with the Spyro first. It is not the NPFL that signed Spyro or that bought Spyro. Let's use that word. They bought the right to the song. It is Propel Sports. Movies, football have what they call soundtrack. This is our soundtrack. how does this instrumental relate to the things that we're discussing? How? What's the relationship? You know why we're using this? When I was in Brilla, when I was asked to do Mede after Mede in the morning, myself and Jojo we sat down and we decided on the song that was trending at the time. Ebada Miduro was a song that was trending at the time. Davido. I just like the kick that it gives, the energy. So first of all, remember that a presenter needs something to give him the kick. People think that presenters don't need motivation. You need something to give you the kick. All of that thing that you have on the inside, the Bible says out of your belly shall flow waters of living water. Something needs to ignite it to. As a man ticket, so it says, whatever you have is what you will speak. But you need something to push it out. Why do you think that people, when they are faced with death, their prayer language becomes stronger than when life is normal? Because all of those things are inside of you, but you need something to ignite it. And in this case, we pick Emma Damiduro because of the kick. And that kick, once that thing comes up, even till today, when I hear that instrumental, like in my head, subconsciously, I'm spewing out my intro and I'm getting the vibe of, you know, that feeling, that vibe is always there. I don't party anywhere, I hear that song. I'm not really a party person, but when I hear that song, it just turned that side of me that I thought I have left in 2017. Now, it's the same thing when you hear the UEFA Champions League anthem. First off, that song was done by an American. It has got nothing to do with the UEFA Champions League. But hey, because of some of the things that they put in, they just put it there. And it became the song for the Champions League. I'm sure at the beginning, a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people may have issues with it. But this one is for the broadcaster. What they're saying is, they looked at the song because they are marketing the app. The app needs serious, aggressive marketing. If they can get 20 million subscribers, that's fantastic. And again, and I'll tie up to the question that somebody asked here. 20 million subscribers does not propel all of the good. The 20 million subscribers, if they cut down the subscriber 1 month subscription fee to 2,000 naira, which they will do, the more the subscribers increase, the subscription fee will go down. We give you 40 billion naira in a month. 40 billion naira, 80% of 40 billion naira goes to the league. It's only 20 billion, 20% that they will now hold to themselves. So what does that mean? When you say it goes to the league, it goes to NPFL, a certain percentage goes to NPFL, certain percentage go to GTI for the investment fund of TNFF, and then the rest, which is like 5% to NPFL, 5% to GTI, and then the rest, which is about 70%, goes to the club. The club in terms of player recruitment, player salaries, improvement of your stadium, because the money will be tied to certain conditions. You must meet this condition. You must meet this. And then again, some people will get extra money for if you have up to 5,000 people in your stadium, if you are playing on the 17, on the 16 players consecutively for a certain number of time, all of those money will be triggered, will be able to come in. And this whole idea of we play this season, we see 10 great players or 10 up and shining players that are bright, and then next season they are running to Dubai like Imade or Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, or somewhere in Slovenia, Malta, Maldives. All that will stop. That's how everybody's collective builds it. So what they are looking at is the over 10 million people that are connected to this song, and it is a recent song, it is a trending song. Would be nice to also tap to that energy and say, why do you think Odogu Bitters came out and they gave 50 million to the most misunderstood artist? Portable. What you think that? Have you seen what's his name? The owner of Odogu Bitters. What's his name again?
I don't know.
The guy that owns Obi Kubana. Yes. So why do you have you met Obi Kubana? No. Okay, we did an interview, Kaljai. We did an interview. The perfect gentleman. He was with us at the Mercedes-Benz fashion event. Fantastic gentleman. How do you think that guy would sit down with Portable? Let's be very honest. I'm not disrespecting Portable. I'm just trying to give you two landscapes. Banana Island, Mushin. Both are in Lagos. But if I ask you to choose, what would you think? Of course, yeah. Of course, it's not Island. Why Banana Island? Why not Mushin? Don't you like the hustle and bustle of life? So, but because he understands that this guy have about 15 to 20 million people that are hooked to him at the moment. Some of them were with Naira Marley one time. They were all Malians, not wearing belts. But right now, they are with Portable. And take 50 million. Talk about Odogo Bitters. And those people who follow you will drink our drink, will recover that money. First, we'll recover the 50 million, and then we'll make profit. That's the idea. That is the freaking idea. And that's exactly the same thing. You want them to do a new song that is not trending, that nobody knows, that they will not have to now invest money on to promote and cause a lot of TikTok traction before they get
same instrumental, same beats, just add
no freaking way. Leave it that way. Sometimes too much is really too much. Leave it the way it is. People jump on it. Don't forget that this is what people want. As you go, after 1 year, they can say, okay, let's change it. It's a company that came into Nigeria in May to officially sign this deal. I mean, they've been around since, they've been coming and going, but in May, they signed this deal, and they've been bringing in their equipment, trying to train people. Since they came in, they've trained over 50 people and set up themselves. And they want something to be catchy and very quick. You want them to say, go and write. You think writing a song is that really easy? Or change the lyrics of this song to suit us. That's something they can do as they go. They own the right to the song. How long, I don't know, but they own the right to the song. And I think that what they need is numbers. Since the football people alone, they've gone to every game, all the games that they've produced, they've seen it, not stadium full. Not stadium full. And they can't do with the big boys. The cost might be too much. The Burna Boys, the video, and the rest of them. Okay, let's test the water a little. If it doesn't work, we can jettison it and go somebody else. You think that if this song that they took now was Burna Boy's song or Davido's song, you think people will talk like this? It's because Spyro does not have the personality clout that you expect of him. That's why people are making this noise. Let's be very, very honest. If it was Davido, Burna Boy, Whiskey, everybody would jump up. Oh, Team Burna Boy will be on your neck if you criticize it. Team Davido will be on your neck if you criticize it. Team Whiskey will be on your neck if you criticize it. But who's Spyro? That's the way they see it. That's the reason why they can do all these things that they're doing. But hey, for me, it was a cut between maybe having a Mobad song and Rise with the Flame, but it was a bad flame. You're not going to ride with such a bad flame. You're not going to become a Phoenix. You're going to become a Dark Angel. So they've taken a song that resonates with over 10 million people. They've done their back and their checks and all that. They've taken a song that resonates with 10 million people. Let's say they even get only 10% of 10 million, which is 1 million, right? Wouldn't that have been a good business? You get 1 million people subscribe to the app, and those 1 million people are paying 4,000 naira or 3,000 naira every month. Wouldn't that already have been a good deal? And guess what? The money comes back to the league. It's not like, Prepare Sports will take this money and go to the UK and put it in their bag. Yes, for the work that they done, they will take money, they will earn for what they are doing. But why is it that everybody seems to just like everything rubbish? We're not the production, nobody's going to do what you like. One of the things that I've noticed with Nigeria, and is a continuous thing now, we destroy something, we rubbish something, and then we lose it, and then we'll not say it's the best. Let's go back. Goodluck Jonathan is clueless. He doesn't know what he's doing. The woman rapper is weakling. Blah, blah, blah. The most insulted president online. He left. We'll start missing him. Oh, Goodluck Jonathan is better than Buhari. Buhari, how did we get here? Then, Buhari, this, that. He's a clone. He's Jubri. He's this. Then, forgers are not in power. We're not missing Buhari again. Just imagine if we're going to miss this one. Genotro, not good enough. We're here now. I kept telling you every day, if we lose Genotro, our football will suffer before we gain ground. Genotro this, Genotro that, Genotro this, every day. He not get pattern. He not a big coach. This one, we lost him. We didn't qualify for the World Cup. $15 million lost. Plus extra, plus sponsors money. But I'm just telling you the guaranteed money, $15 million lost. That could have risen up to, if we got to round of 16, could have risen up to $21 million. Lost. No gain. That's one. And then we also went to the Nations Cup, got knocked out in the round of 16. Sometimes we should build and keep it solid before we start poking hand on it and try to destroy it.
Still on the Spyro thing and the whole guy song, this one has a question. He said, for me, I think you should have, even if it's just one line, just change one line of the song and maybe add it to the NPFL thing. But this is the catchy part of this person's question. He said, hope we can also use the song for our own NPFL YouTube content. I hope YouTube will not flag it off.
And so
find interest in this.
I'm going to advise.
Can other people use the song on the app?
No, you cannot. So try and understand how YouTube works. YouTube have got nothing to do with if you If you're doing a UEFA Champions League content on your YouTube channel, can you use the UEFA anthem? You can't. You try it, you will lose. If you're doing a FIFA content, FIFA, you're talking football, FIFA top 10 of best World Cup hosts, best World Cup players, can you go and use that FIFA anthem? You can't. You are not the owner. That person that is asking that question, I think first off, it's not a proper YouTuber. If he's a proper YouTuber, a proper content creator, he would have attended a lot of training, would have read a lot of things. YouTube invests a lot in training, online training, webinars, the ones that you go in person if you want to, if you have the money to do it, or the ones that you are, chatting with other people, the ones that they send the handlers to talk to you. You have people that like your account officers that you can always talk to. First off, YouTube give you a library of songs that you can use. Wait till you want to go use. The owner of this Who's Your Guy now is Propel Sports. Now them get the song now.
But is there a way they can make it work for other people to use it as well? This person is just accent. So
no, you cannot use it, my brother. You cannot use it. The law of copyright does not work like that. It doesn't work like that. If you cannot use the UEFA anthem for your content on YouTube, why una the one make if Nigeria time if that something that is Nigeria una want the criminal in this una way for this Nigeria the criminal the criminality in you guys just you want to steal other people work steal now start doing interview finish a station where invest money making sure now TVB only bravo yes use the song. YouTube give you a library of over 20,000 songs. You not say anyone use. Now who's your guy? The same song one that's on. I'm like, thought that was fire off now. Go use that now.
Anyways, it's just a question. I'm going to this guy, but still on the NPFL live. We talked about the NPFL live. I mean, we saw much they won games being streamed. I know that a lot of people were happy. Even people had to go back and see that Sporting Lagos goal was offside. People were like, Sporting Lagos now, they happy now, they celebrate offside goal. Don't say when you reach on a turn now, I will say this and that. So it was due to the fact that we were able to see this game live. We went back and said, okay, this goal was offside. I think the Scorpion team from Newcastle was in an offside position. I agree, it was offside before the other player tried to score. I think you need to go and watch that goal again. But,
I said it. I mean, I was watching it live, and I was just saying, right there, I was watching it on the app, and I said, oh, this is why we need a replay. Not because it would disallow the goal, and we also need a VAR in Nigeria. Not because it would disallow the goal, but it will create proper talking points. The talking point that we have right now is very minute compared to what it would have been if there was replay, there was a reverse angle and all that. But hey, it's a growing process. We will get there. It's growing.
So the question now is, how does this app benefit the players, the coaches, and the league in general? I think quite a number of people have asked that question.
So football, the reason why English teams are doing well today is the media. And media comes in different sizes. We've gone from the Sky Sports, the BBC, the BT Sports, and ITV putting 5.7 billion to 6 billion or 10 billion, depends on the contract, the years of the contract that they sign, to Amazon Prime coming in, CBS coming in with Paramount Plus. In case you don't know, CBS are the owners of Paramount Plus, coming in with their own content creation. Amazon changed the game. Amazon forced every club in the Premier League to now start creating their own content. And sometimes I sit back and I say, okay, well, if we look at this carefully, I think I started this idea before Amazon, but Amazon is a bigger company. I'm not trying to be jealous of them. But that's changed everybody now. You see Man City have their own production outfit, Asda have its own production outfit, Newcastle, everybody is now doing that because they look at it like, we can sell this thing ourselves, we can produce it. Instead of collecting this Amazon 10 million, we can sell it ourselves and do more. And when Amazon record, they choose what they want to put out. But when you record, you can decide, okay, this thing that they cut out from Amazon would have loved to tell the story in this angle. Take, for instance, Amazon Plus kept Arteta on his job. If not for Amazon Plus, that season Arsenal ended 5th, they would have kicked Arteta out of the job. But because of the video, the timing of the video and everything. So those are some values that it brings. Again, the bane of Nigerian football right now is money. Big money. Without money, Nigerian football is like a Belgian league trying to be like the Premier League. So when you bring in money, you can try and understand that in terms of potential, Nigerian league is practically the most competitive league in the world. In the world. How? People say, but we're not playing well in Kafka. Let me explain that competitiveness in context for you. In England, there are 4 or 5 or 6 big clubs. The rest are just struggling to be there. That's why you see there is a club that has 61,000 capacity stadium. Another club have 10,000 capacity stadium. Luton Town, right? They're not even up to 10,000 right now. And then you have the ones who can buy a player for 100 million, and then the ones who cannot even go past 25 or 30 million, even with the TV money. So it's not the funding is not shared equally. In Nigeria, 90% of the club are equal, like in terms of balance, budget for budget, management for management, coaches for coaches. They are equal. That's why our point difference are close. And then the traveling and all that things are happening. So you're not too better. The pool of players that you have to pick from is the percent pool of players that I have to pick from. Don't forget that Nigerian League mines raw players. We don't go and pick star players that have been made anywhere. We mine every season. We're mining raw players. Like people want to do Bitcoin. Some people will invest money to grow their Bitcoin. Others will be waiting on airdrop, free mining, so that they'll get that $10 here, 1 Bitcoin, 0.001 Bitcoin, like that. And they hope to grow. But then in the process of growing, it can crash and you go to zero, like it's been crashing since, okay? Right? So all of those things happen. But you need it's like this business. What are the 2 stages of business? Two stages of business. First stage is you bootstrap. That's what we're doing here. Bootstrapping means while you're bootstrapping, while you're trying to do it on your own, you're also learning the job. You're trying to get better. You're trying to be the best at the job. And then you learn some things. But if you have money, if another kid wants to do exactly what I'm doing, and maybe he inherits $10 million or 100 million naira or $1 billion naira, kid wire, whose father is super rich, wants to do what I'm doing, it will go and buy. First off, it would build a studio maybe in Banana Island, in Lekki, somewhere where it's central, and it won't bother about the cost. It will set up the studio. You go and call people from KPMG, PwCs. They have millions of books written with tried and tested process to say this is how this type of business work. This is who you go to if you want to get 1 million, 10 million subscribers on your YouTube channel. This is what you do. They will go to them, pay them money, and they'll come set you up. In 6 months' time, you are competing. Pulse came to Nigeria, and within a short while, Pulse is already bigger than some of the biggest media outfits that have been in Nigeria for 10, 15 years. Because we are bootstrapping and doing a one-man business. They come with the money that they have and did what they did. Just the same way many clubs have been trying to grow the 36 Lions of this world and the rest. But somebody brought tech money, right? Shola brought tech money, and in 15 months, he's already in the top flight league. You see the difference? So for us, we need all this money. If the subscribers continue to grow, a lot of things will change. The process, the technology is not static. Not forget that AI is a train that has left the station, but it's a train that can use, let's use the movie Transformer to explain it. It can go, it's not right now at its B2 stage, but it can become Bumblebee, and from Bumblebee, it can even become Optimus Prime as it continues to grow and make contact with its Autobots and the rest of them. My point here is, for once, Nigerian sports or football lovers should say, this now our own, as they say on Nigeria, this now our own. More could contribute, the small one contribute to make and grow. And then, somebody like Idafe who's always saying we should do it to account at the end of the day if the league does not grow. Because some of the things that clubs and players and coaches and everybody wants to do is tied to money. When governors don't bring money when they're supposed to bring money, look at Enugu Rangers. Enugu Rangers would love to play at home, but the money is coming in piecemeal, and the guy who's doing the work is working on that piecemeal release of fund. So it's not in a state like in Aqua where there's more money and the resource control money is coming, 30% derivation is coming, and all that. So Aqua even can afford to build 3 stadiums and be okay. Enugu have to struggle. They don't really have any resource control kind of money. It's irregular, and the oil money is dropping every day. We are in debt. We're using 98%, if not 100% of our earnings to pay debt to China, because China will not even remind you. Once you default, they'll come and take your airport or your seaport and all that. So all of those things are factors. So citizens' effort. This is not citizens' arrest, but citizens' effort to grow the league is also important. Because would I rather go watch a Sporting Lagos or spend so much money travel to England to watch Asda? If all things being equal, where would you rather be? I take Sporting Lagos. Even if I go and watch Arsenal once in a year or twice in a year, I like to watch Sporting Lagos 20, 50 times. Because when I watch Sporting Lagos, I will see Eyiba come to Lagos. I will see Rangers come to Lagos. I will see Canopilas come to Lagos. I will see Rivers United, my team, come to Lagos. I see Aqua United come to Lagos. Heartland, Barca United, Benin Giants, all of these teams come to Lagos. And I experience new group of players. But how long will I be able to travel, go back and forth to England to go watch their teams? You see the difference. And then again, by supporting this, you also make it possible for the world to see our Nigerian league on a consistent and regular basis. And then once you start putting your support, you cannot demand for change, innovation, and improvement. The Premier League still improves. I was watching the Premier League series of the first 10 years, and I saw their parachute type of jersey. I saw pitches that have bad head in the goal area. I saw, white jerseys turning brown before the end of the first 45 minutes. But times have changed and the pitches are good. We can also be like that, but it needs support. It's a baby. When you give birth to a child, yesterday I gave out a daughter for marriage, and I'm thinking when you give birth to that child, you don't even know what will happen in the future, especially in the era now where you can give birth to a boy and then by the time they grow up, they say they have a woman in them. I pray it doesn't happen to my children anyway. But, all of those things, the world is evolving by the minute, and we must jump on this train of evolution. 20 years ago, when you talk about the Middle East, it is bomb blast that you're talking about. Today, the Middle East, when you talk about the Middle East today, whether it's Dubai, whether it's Saudi Arabia, whether it's Qatar, whether it's Bahrain, luxury, exquisite luxury is what you think about. How did they go from bombing from killing themselves? When was the last time you heard that a bomb exploded, even in Syria, that is still poor, that's still suffering, compared to, other parts of the world? Who would have thought that there will be more bomb exploding in Ukraine than in the Middle East in the last 2 years? Who would have thought about that? So the world is evolving. Our job is to jump on that evolutionary train of progress and be part of it. So that the same way some of us, our parents are telling us about Abiola Babes, about Concord, about stationary stores, about Bisilians of Boko, Yobe Desert Stars, Mighty Jet, Raka Rovers, Kaduna United, IICC of the olden days. And the way that some of our parents are telling us those stories, we'll be able to tell the stories of Sporting Lagos, Remo Stars, the Eimba of today, and all of this thing, how we contributed to make the league solid. How many times I've spoken to DVD? He doesn't talk without telling me the role he played in the Premier League becoming what it is today. Even though he doesn't work there, he still collects his kickback, he still collects his shares all the time, all his earnings all the time. Every time we chat, we just talk like two lines. So, my day back in the day when we started the Premier League talk conversation 1986. He's always talking that. I can't stop him because it's his glorious moment. It's his product. This is his property. It's his product that he made. So we can also be the same people who's made the Nigerian League what it is today. We say, it was our time when people say, who do you have? What did you do? When you're complaining about Nigeria, what did you do? They were the ones who made this Nigerian League. You think that you can take away Idris Abdul Karim's name from the progress of Nigerian music? Is there anybody in this country who can boldly say Idris Abdul Karim is not the guy who turned Nigerian music on his head? You know what it means to stand against a company as Nigerian Brewery Star and stand against the entire music industry and stand against 50 Cent. 50 Cent came out of the gate and the whole music world shut out. 50 Cent shut down everybody. No other person have come out of the gate like 50 Cent ever. Even though it's one of the most hated guys, didn't get the awards I deserve. But I'm just telling you how big that guy is. Came to Nigeria and Idris Abdul Karim stood against him. And eventually every other musician said, now so that they treat us, we want to be superstars. And today, Burna Boy gets the kind of star attention that 50 Cent gets, the kind of star attention that 50 Cent gets, or Usher, or Jay-Z, or R. Kelly, when he was singing, is the one that the video and Whiskey, Tiwa Savage, and the rest get. It's because of Abdul Karim. We can be Abdul Karim of Nigerian football as well.
All right. With that, the NPFL live app, you can still watch games coming this coming weekend.
Yep.
You can still stream a number of games if you want to. It's a matter of your choice. We're still waiting for the updates for the app on iOS. We're still waiting to see how that is going to.
As a person who's experienced what iOS does to people's app and their difficulty, their combos. When it happened to me, I was maybe because I'm a small guy, But when you're in that industry, the thing about industry is once you put your foot in it, you might be at the back of the queue, but you'll be hearing what the top guys in front are saying. And now that I start hearing people complain, Prophet Sports have done everything, iOS is doing what iOS does. I'm just saying, people should just be patient. It will come. It will come definitely.
All right.
But those of you who have Android, download the app.
All right. Somebody just directed me. I think I never wanted to go back to this tweet. Somebody just asked that question and is asking for your thoughts. It's a tweet from someone. It's a verified handle on Twitter. It's about
anybody can be verified.
It's about Sporting Lagos. Now, this person is practically bringing tribalism into into football, into the NPFL and all that. So this person went out and said, I immediately, I don't want to think about it. He said, Shola Akinlade founded Sporting Lagos in 2022. And out of excellent professionalism, he hired Edward Green, a coach from South. In less than, I don't know who that would be. I don't know who Edward Green is. Paul is the current coach. So, but anyways, he said a coach from South. In less than a few months, the coach has quickly oversaturated the team with Southeast and South players. This is an act of nepotism, tribalism, and corruption. This is detrimental to the mission and vision of the founder, Shola Akinlade, which is to build a generation of football talent and bring people together like never before.
Pause.
Went out and tagged Sanwo-Olu, tagged
Pause.
and all that. So this is practically saying that more Yoruba people should be.
Pause. An idiot is an idiot.
So I saw the tweet and I was like,
listen, an idiot is an idiot, and we should say it the way it is. First off, is Shola complaining?
No.
Okay, so he said, according to him, let's quote him now. Let's even use his own word against him now. Shola Akinlade set up this club to unite people. Let's even go with the idea that what he's saying, the remote idea that what he's saying is the truth. Is there anything wrong with uniting people from the South and the Southwest? If you have issues with people from the South and the Southwest, don't bring it into football. Football does not know tribe. Arsene Wenger, earlier on I said this, before Arsene Wenger was signed as manager from Grampus 8 in Japan to come and manage Arsenal, only one French player had signed for Arsenal. His name is Brice Grimandi. After Arsene Wenger came in, more French players played for Arsenal than any other countrymen, including Englishmen. As a matter of fact, Arsenal became the second club in the history of the Premier League to play an entire team that doesn't have an Englishman in it. Chelsea was the first, Arsenal became second. But Arsenal took it to an entire new level of going an entire season without an Englishman playing for the team. That's one part of the conversation, right? Playing more matches in an entire season. Not all the matches, but more matches. Now, let's go further down. That coach that the guy mentioned, who the hell is he?
I don't know where the name came from. I don't know who the
is. Again, if Shola wanted a Yoruba team, why did he employ a manager by the name Paul Ofo? You cannot be more Igbo than the name Ofo. I don't understand. Again, if we're talking Lagos, the money that Shola made in his business, was it donated by Yoruba people? Is that an Afenifere money? Did he do an Afenifere app? The money, the investment, the money, and it tax on the investment in Lagos. No, into it. I'm coming.
It's a Lagos team. Should be.
It's not a Lagos. No, it's not a Lagos team. This is because when you say
he went on and said, "Show me a single club in any part of Nigeria that is not dominated by the indigenous tribe, except Sporting Lagos." I'm like, I look at Aimba. Ojo is the captain. He's not an Igbo boy. Show me
another state. So show me another state in Nigeria that is more cosmopolitan than Lagos. Show me another state that is more cosmopolitan than Lagos. And when people come up with this stupidity and they say, oh, because they are verified account, they should be respected. When I played for Sharks of Port Harcourt, they had more. No, we used to say this thing that Ikwere people not sabi play ball. Because do you know that the whole of Port Harcourt, the first man to score a World Cup goal for Rivers State was Finidi George. The first Ikwere man, Adele Ishendu, is the first Ikwere man to play for the Nigerian national team. So we used to say that they didn't play ball, but they didn't bother because the team is filled with Asda, people from Plateau State, people from Warri Boys, like the two Port Harcourt team, Sharks of Port Harcourt and Dolphins, or Eagle Cement, used to be for Warri Boys because they were the dominant people. And nobody cares. Nobody cares. That person is a fool. That's what the person is. It's not something to discuss. A fool would be a fool. And don't use a station to call people fool. Sorry, NBC no, they control me here. I will say the way it is. If a person is a fool, he's a fool. The club is doing well. The players that they brought. Nepotism is when you appoint people who are not good for the job on the basis of they are your tribesmen. Excellence is when you take people, irrespective of where they come from, for as long as they can deliver. Remo Stars is in Ikene. people from all other parts of the world are playing in that team. It's no big deal about it. Football should not know tribe or color or race. We're saying no to racism. They say coconut head. This same person will tell you that it's racism in Italy against Osimhen. But look at what he's tweeting here in Lagos. For citizens of Nigeria, have you ever heard that they say, oh, Tottenham Hotspur is a London club, oh, only London boys will play for the team. Or Manchester United is a Manchester club, oh, only Manchester boys should play for the team. These are the people who tell you that Nigerian football is not growing. But because he is able to pay for verification, he wants to get attention. He's using football as his basic. And people
probably the person saw the fanfare of Sporting Lagos in that game on Monday, the whole trend that everything.
Did they not win?
I just man.
Did they not win?
They won. It's just funny how people come out with it. I saw the tweet and I was immediately I got home that day. I was happy from the game and I saw this tweet and I was like, how do people do this? Like, how do you bring this up? He went on and take a screenshot of all the players that I know Yoruba in the team and say like this is the Lagos team. This why I don't know what Yoruba in the team. I'm like loads of
ignorant people on social media. Yesterday, for instance, I said I went for my daughter's wedding. That's why I didn't mention. And people were commenting on how is it that you have a daughter that is getting married? I'm 45. People I went to school with that are even older than they have grandchildren that are now 5 years old. I don't understand. I'm going to wait for the 6th in December. Are you asking me how is it that I have a daughter that is not married? I don't understand. I was that impotent before my life. I don't understand this whole mumu question. And some people say I should come and explain. Explain what? Is my wife leaving me?
Anyways, the city flies only having fun. I have my final talking point. I mean, people are still reacting to that post. I think a lot of people are find it disappointing.
Una not go report that account now. Una not go report them.
I've seen a couple of people who did actually. They reported.
They're not report them. They take them down. No. Now me go post now. Now go threaten me with report.
Funny. I don't know if you have any more comments to take 5.
No. So there's a lot of comments on YouTube. I think that's the ones we just have to read. I was waiting for you to finish. Olafat said, sometimes when they do this homophones of one name, and when I remember saying that somebody will read that more. Olafat said, good morning, boss. Even in the replay, it might still happen, but the solution, okay, that's a Liverpool game. The solution is when one person loses his or her job, then they will be serious. Hence, if not, the PGMOL too have a hand in it. As Patrick say, some players will just get injured no matter what. And then he went on to say, Thiago Alcantara has been managed like Nigerian economy, but he is still always injured. Henry Morris said, good morning, Manny, and the other bros, we say I be bad person. Bro, so would you say Luis Enrique hasn't got what it takes to coach PSG, or is it PSG that's not matching his ability? Luis Enrique is a good coach. Paris Saint-Germain is just a deadbeat team. That's all I can say about that one. He's absolutely say, bros, we not miss Raw. If Raw good, why he no qualified Benin Republic for Nations Cup? He said that's the most talk ever in the history of the world. It's like saying, if Carlo Ancelotti good, why no win the league with Everton? That's what you're just saying. Or if Rafa Benitez is good, why not win Champions League with Everton? Only a fool thinks like this. We'll not miss Raw. We didn't qualify for the World Cup. We'll not miss Raw. We got that in the round of 16. Momu talk now you talk so, and I'm going to tell you straight because sometimes when you say things, think about the word we you talk before you go type them out there. We miss Raw a lot, and Benin Republic is not a yardstick to judge him whether he qualified or he not qualified. Benin Republic were already in a precarious situation. He came before he came in. They were already in a terrible situation before he came in, and that you cannot judge him based on that because you obviously don't have all the facts, and you are one of those who wanted him gone. So you want to, ride on your egotistical, maniacal thinking, and you think, oh, it's okay to draw that out. Put the figures out equally, and let's have a proper conversation. I'll have to say concerning how to take the league to the next level. From the viewer's choice, we need more cameras to be showing people on the stadium, coaches' reaction, fans' reactions, and possible players' reaction. That is what they are working on. We're having a long conversation. Listen, I don't just come here and do this show. I take this feedback to Propel. I have access to Propel. I take this feedback to them. I even agree that, okay, from the experience I garnered last season, when I was telling you guys, when we were preparing for our first production, and I kept telling you, A league is not good if people can't see how fans are reacting. All those interviews you did with the fans and all that, it's needed for our league. People thought I was overdoing. Some people were like, hey, they give you small money when you go put for pocket. You use until they do this. You carry everybody they go do. No, it's a league. The league needs to grow. Do I regret spending that much money extra? What's supposed to be my profit? I come here, buy a new microphone, even buy a car to do all those things that I did. No, I don't regret it. That's the way it should be. And when you have people in the industry call you and tell you that you're being foolish, if you continue like this, you don't make money, you think that some will make money for the industry. I just look at them and I laugh. And well, I don't want to be like you. I want to make money, but I don't want to make the kind of money that you make. The kind of money that you make that you can only enjoy when you leave Nigeria. It's not the kind of money I want to make. I want to make money that I can enjoy here in Nigeria. That when I go out on the street, people don't look at me with, this is one of those people with thief our money. Rather, I say, this guy contributed to this benefit that we have. When I look at Emmanuel team today, I say, okay, I trade that one. Emmanuel Sebastian, I trade that. These people that I gave a chance to become what they have become, even in my small space, right? Compared to, I said to somebody the other day that, listen, if the big sports houses, media, whether radio or TV, do what the ones in abroad are doing, they're creating content. Who is creating content for our league? Some freelance boys who cannot even feed themselves. NPFL Tori, Mike the Pundit, Toby Adepoju. Have you ever asked yourself, all your favorite big sports radio stations in Nigeria or sports radio shows in Nigeria, why are they not putting a consistent content about the league? Are they handicapped? They get leprosy for hand and leg? No. But you guys will not call them to task. You would go there and some will go and tweet how many the tribe of people when they play for the league. Those are the people. Because if you take away BBC, ITV, Sky Sports money from the Premier League is shit. It's going to be worse than the league in Slovenia or Uzbekistan. But because of that money, that's why. So if these people say, okay, you know what, let's show what the big boys can do. Let's come with creative ideas. Let's employ the right people, the right equipment, and do what the Amazons are doing. Let's do story. Who can fund a budget that would do proper stories in the league? It's the big media. That's what Amazon, Paramount Plus, Netflix are doing. They're the big media. These upcoming freelancers can just do as little as they can. That's why I respect them a lot. The Fatils of this world, the Mike the Pundit, the Felix the Great, all of these guys, when I see them, because I've been on that road, I've suffered what they're suffering, and I've gone days where there is no food in the house. I spent my money trying to create the content that I put out there, it gets only 7 views. I know what they're going through. I know what these young kids, these boys, girls, all of them are going through. And sometimes I feel their frustration. And then again, the Nigerian fans are not like the European fans where you will see people who will come together collect. When AFTV was struggling, people contribute £300,000 and give to Robbie I and trusted him that he would turn AFTV around. But in Nigeria, that one, people will go see for us, say a whole celebrity on air personality, they enter bike, they enter keke, enter public transport. That's the one we know how to do. But basically, is these people who work this hard, who put in all these things, are really doing well. I think that Emmanuel, eventually it will come good. Yeah. I'm really praying that what I'm doing free consultancy for Propel and trying to push them is because I want to see Mike the Pundit be able to travel as far as he wants to travel. I want to see a Joy Ojabulu being able to travel and interview, do this 90 minutes that she's doing consistently, and the numbers grow, and then she can eat from it. I mean, she's enough for now. She doesn't have more money that. So this is what she's going to survive. Sometimes I think like, who's taking care of this girl? At some point, she doesn't go get into put herself in a vulnerable state where people just take advantage of her. But I also don't have the money to send her all the time, but I'm happy. I'm looking at what the people forget, that the happy corner. That's something that people forget. The happy corner of Sporting Lagos that everybody's talking about today is created in this studio. Was groomed, mined, and created in this studio by us, you, me, Bami G, Precious, and the rest of them. And that's what is happening. But somebody will there and tell you in Sporting Lagos that formed the happy corner. No, it's not. It was formed in this studio. We saw it coming. We knew that Sporting Lagos is going to be where they are, and we set that agenda going. How many of the big sports media in Nigeria can beat their chest and say, we don't do this one for Nigerian league or for a club in Nigeria, not even the league, a club in Nigeria. All of them, Man United, Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, this one. I'm not saying don't talk about European football. I'm saying also spend 10% of what you do for Europe for your own league. Now, airtime, now you get the airtime. Nobody's going to take it from you. You have sponsors, you have advert. Why are you not putting it in the league? Tomorrow, they say they're the most respected. They want to give award, they give them. I'm not asking for award. I'm not interested in it. But I'm just saying that we have a problem in this country. And those are some of the things that people need to look at. Even the fans will only rebel against those people. But now I speak up against those people. Every day now they praise them. Let me read a few other ones. Olafat said, consigning had to take the league to the next level. Okay, I think I've read that one. Now, consigning on field in the Sporting Lagos game against Gombe, some influencers came to see the game. Imagine people knowing they will go to a game and meet maybe football icons or influencers that will bring more people. But I still feel it's early days and we can just get better with time concerning that. Bros, I could tell Sporting Lagos coach to I could tell this Sporting Lagos coach is better than Raw. Not the hype that nonsense coach. Just the same way you're nonsense anyway. Because again, when Sporting Lagos coach have coached players like Zidane, I've taken a team to the finals of UEFA UEFA Cup, or probably
is that banter or are you being serious? I don't understand. Please follow for me.
You understand? When he's done that, when he's taking a national team to the World Cup, when he's taking a national team to win a bronze medal at the Nations Cup, we can come back. No, stupid people they everywhere, and social media proliferates it very well. But don't come on my platform and expand and put the fire of your stupidity in my front because I will respond. There is no hold back to it. You might be my best friend. Like I always tell people, the fact that you're my best friend means you know the way I react to things, and that stupidity is not. Why do we always think that historically every coach that coached Nigeria must rubbish them? Name a coach that have coached Nigeria that was celebrated to the end. We frustrated Amadu died heart attack. We killed Sevikashi with our bad math, with our nonsense over the top, even though he won the Nations Cup for us. Does it make sense that the coach that qualified for your first World Cup went with you to the World Cup and not come back? Does it make sense? Does it make sense that the coach that won your Olympics gold first time for the whole of Africa continent came back and did not coach your team, did not continue? No, think about it for a minute. These are the people who said that playing a wing back was a crime, was an offense by Felipe Troze. He should be fired. You know who brought a gogo wearing Bora Medzinovic. I went to the World Cup. We became the mocker of everybody. For a team, but for the very first time we qualified with a game to spare for the 1998 World Cup, we went and bring Bora Medzinovic. These are the idiots that promote those kind of conversations. And sometimes you think, oh, we should just let it go. No, if you think a coach is not good, ask yourself the tools that they are given, how good are they? The tools that he's got. First time in the history of Nigeria, you have a coach who doesn't have a goalkeeper, because all the goalkeepers that were, we still have to today. That's the reason why nobody in Nigeria can beat their chest and say Nigeria is going to compete for the tournament. You know that between 1978 and 2006, every Nations Cup we go to, we are the favorites.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then from there, we went to where we're struggling, and then 2013, where we didn't go to 2 World Cup before 2013, and then won it again. And then after that, since Vincent Yama exited the national team, we've not gone to any Nations Cup as title favorites. We've gone with, if we can make it to the quarterfinals, it's a success. And then we're sitting here rubbishing somebody. We're not getting the tools. We're not good enough. And not accepting that is the stupidest thing anybody can do. We're not good enough. That's just a fact. I mean, let's read for your side.
All right. I mean, we are getting to close on the show today. Quite a lot to talk about, but we'll leave that for another day. Let's wrap up with this one. From a lot of people have already been reacting to it. It's Informed Mood. It was on Abua's podcast.
Yeah.
If you saw what he said about Nigerian coaches collecting money from players, stuff like that. So, I mean,
it's a global thing.
Yeah,
it's a global thing. It's not.
He went on to say, and I quote, any Nigerian coach collect money from players. I know them well, but I don't go call their names. There are plenty. He said at the beginning. So he continues to say,
that's where
they say they are helping the players. Come and sign this contract. You see different copies, and when you ask for your copy, they will say it's with the NFF, and they will send it back to you. So
Ufanodo aired in that podcast. But you see, again, Ufanodo reminds me of this ESOS studio. A lot of Nigerians are ignorant without knowing that they are ignorant. A lot of Nigerians are stupid without knowing that they are stupid. Let me break it down. You tell a Nigerian player that, look, no sign a contract if you not get your agent or your lawyer there. The greed of, I want sign, I go their training, and they don't decide, they don't register 5 players, and then another register, they will go and sign. First off, every businessman is a capitalist. They are looking for how to exploit you. If you are good as a player, you already know you are good as a player. You can make certain demands and the club will obey it. Because who wants to lose a good player? Nobody wants to lose a good player. You go and sign. There's no lawyer. There's nobody witnessing for you. You sign. You not tell the coach or anybody there to just sign the witness for you. What have you done? You put yourself in a place where you're vulnerable. You see a boy that is a wild boy. You go to his house as a girl. You go there, go sleep, go spend the night, and then you come tomorrow morning, say they rape you. No, you made yourself available for that. Yeah. You understand? There are different situations where rape happens, and you talk about it. Nigerian players that you would, as I'm talking to you, a friend of mine sent a player to Yimba. This season, the player was in the camp of Sporting Lagos. One was also with Sporting Lagos, and he had to go to Dubai. You know what I'm talking about. The other one, they sent him to Yimba. They sent one to Rangers, sent one to Yimba. The boy was there. The guy, the owner of the player, was negotiating with Kanuako. This is what I want. Is a 18-year-old boy. I'm not expecting him to be regular for your team because his position, you also have two very experienced players, and one other one who was also playing in the league. This guy hasn't played in the league before. But I just want him. And then he trained. They said, the boy is good, very, very good. We would love to sign him. They're negotiating the terms. Like, we don't have too much money, blah, 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 blah. We'll give you this money if you agree to the terms that if now you bring the foreign club to come sign up, we will share the proceeds 50-50. If now bring us, say they watch again, they see us, now we bring the deal, we will share 70-30. They were in the process of negotiating. They never even negotiate with the player that will sign contract. The player signed contract, they were not trying to register the player. And people don't give the NFF credit for this type of thing. Now, this guy who owns the player knows that this type of things are possible. He had all filled the TMS form, the NFF and FIFA TMS form, put all his players there. So when they want to register a player, just a computer thing, find out, this player is on TMS to this club. They call the number. Hey, anybody's trying to register your player. Did they have your consent? And you're like, oh no, what's going on? This is kind of what playing in Europe, chairman of FIFA. But it was happening right under his nose. Right? I'm talking of a big club now. And it's not a big deal. Chelsea, Manu, Mikel Obi. This happened. Mikel Obi was taken from Nigeria. This is what came out of Mikel's mouth. I'm not forcing it on anybody. Mikel was taken from Nigeria to go to Norway by Chelsea. They paid for his school. They paid for everything. How did he manage to go and agree a deal with Man United? If that not be madness, they worry the average Nigerian footballer. But if that, Man United, let's go sign Chelsea. Let's imagine that Chelsea was not a strong team that can level up with Man United. Man United would have bullied them and stolen their player, and nobody would say anything. So that thing that the fundus said, as much as they say, let me remind everybody, because the fundus said it. I see some people commenting already. The fundus said it, and it is true. Celestine Babayaro. Chelsea wanted to sign Celestine Babayaro. Then they changed coach. I think it's Graham, somebody that was there. They now brought in Ruud Gullit. Ruud Gullit said Celestine Babayaro was not good enough. Say, no, that's not it doesn't fit the style that he wants to play. Celestine Babayaro. Hold on. This was in the start of the transfer window. About 5 days, Celestine Babayaro was in Belgium, was just out. And somebody approached him. Somebody approached him and said, if you change your agent to this agent, Chelsea will sign you tomorrow morning. If you do it this evening, change your agent now. And the news broke that you change your agent. Chelsea will sign you tomorrow morning. You'll be one of the best players. So as a matter of fact, they sign you tomorrow morning. You will start on the weekend in 4 days' time. Babayaro went to his current agent and said, listen, I want to leave Belgium. I've won the Ebony, the best award any black player can win. I've won the league. I want everything here. Play in Champions League. I want to go to the bigger league. And this is what is holding it. If this transfer window pass, I don't know what's going to happen anymore. I want to play in the Premier League. It's big for me. And guess what happened? The agent told him, you know what? Terminate my contract with you. Remember the deals I will have, right? So terminate. And don't worry. I will pay you everything to the tune of the remaining 3 years that you have with me. And you will get your commission and all that. Went to that guy, took the guy's number, called him and said, oh, I'm ready to sign for that guy. He signed for the guy. As soon as he signed for the guy, it not take two extra days. He not signed, I think he signed on the Thursday. This was a conversation they had on Monday. Signed on the Thursday. On Saturday, he was playing for Chelsea under Ruud Gullit. Few weeks down the line, he found out that agent was Ruud Gullit's manager. What do you think happened there? In stockbroking, they call it insider trading. Ruud Gullit saw a good player, turned him down because he does not have access to control the proceed, and then went and sent somebody to push him towards his agent. He signed for his agent, and then the player now signed for the same Chelsea who told him he wasn't good enough. And this is something that happens everywhere. If now you both one, nobody's going to complain. Sir Alex Ferguson's son, who couldn't play football, who doesn't know how to play football, Darren Ferguson, or what's his name, couldn't play football, doesn't know how to play football. Ferguson registered him as an agent and became the manager of 50% of the players that play for Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson. What is that called? What is that called again? Let's move further down. David Day was the chairman of Arsenal. His son was the manager of Arsene Wenger. Thierry Henry, Vieira, Marco Vermas, Emmanuel Petit, Ralphus Pele, what's his name? The guy that plays Freddie Humberg and Repalo, Lauren Etememea, and Christopher Rare, Jonachi Inamoto. All of them were being managed by the son of David Day. Please, what is that called? What is that called? In the context of what Fonodo said, what is that called? How possible is it that almost all the players that matters under Arsene Wenger will be managed by the guy who brought Arsene Wenger into England and whose son is now managing Arsene Wenger? What is that called again? Is that not insider trading?
Yeah.
Is that not corruption in itself? So what are we really saying here? How is it that at one particular time, all the players that were playing for Wolves came from a certain Jorge Mendes? Jorge Mendes is the guy that manages Nuno Espirito Santos. So where are we going with that? Should we talk about Jose Mourinho and the same Jorge Mendes and most of the players that he signed? I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. So sometimes when these players say these things, it's because of a serious lack of understanding of the machinery of football. So in our state, we do it in the smallest way. And as they say, there's not as much shit like the So in the smallest way, we become criminals. But when the real people do it, it is called system. It's a system as our work. System is working. Oh, look at American system. They've taken Donald Trump property. No, they didn't take his property. They robbed him. It's not the system as our work. They robbed him because he did not toe the line. They brought in a black man who is gay to promote LGBTQ and is a legend. He's a good speaker. He's eloquent. What did he really do for the world? Nothing. Nothing. But to promote same-sex marriage and give China the chance to overrun America in the scheme of things. But that's a topic for another day. See, it is what the media want you to say. I'm not saying what Ofonodo said is wrong, but I like to put things on a flat surface and say, let's get the equal footing of this. What makes Nigerian players in the Nigerian league why is it that when they go to Europe, they get agents? When they're in Nigeria, how many Nigerian players get agents for Nigerian league? Because that 5%, they know what pay I'm giving. They know what pay I give the agent. And they're not criminals themselves. Greed. See, if you watch the series Hustle, the British con series, but there's a whole lot of lesson to learn from that. It's on YouTube, so you can go watch it. It's season 1 to season 8. They will always say, Danny Briggs, I forget what's his name. Mickey Briggs, will say, you can never con an honest man. If you want something for nothing, we'll sell you nothing for something. You can never con an honest man. Don't you got those links where they say your phone, we've credited you something, click on this link. Do you click it? But I know people who don't click that link, all their money don't vanish. You can never con an honest man. That's just the truth. So they come people. You know how many people don't send me links, say, if I click this link, I will get 1 million subscribers on my YouTube channel. I know people who don't lose their channel because of that. People who don't grow channel up to 150,000 subscribers don't lose their channel because of that. I want 1 million subscribers, but I want it generic. So if you know there is a procedure to football, if you circumvent the procedure, that procedure where you circumvent will bite you. I want to go to university in Nigeria. I want to enter university in Nigeria. What do? I write jam. I write jam. Abi? Yeah. Can I just go, unless you're from the north, can I just go with 2 credits and go and get admission into university in a proper setup? No. So when you circumvent it, I have a friend. He shared the story. I'm not going to mention his name. Told me of how he got admission to school. This one, he got somebody to help him run his admission. He was going to school, taking lectures, everything. Final year, and I tell us, but you're not a student of this school. You're not a student of this school. You're not here. We'll not even know you. But I've been coming to school, and well, you know, your name no day. You'll not be a student of this school. But thank God for good family. Went back and told his family the truth. I brought Lawal to a group. That's exactly what happened with Lawal too. Now he's working at the airport. You have to. I told him, I said, but you have to go back to school. Let the heavens fall. You have to go back to school. And there's 10 years gap between you and your mate. Forget, go back to school. Today, that person I'm talking about is highly educated, living well. He went back to school, graduated, got masters, got all the degrees that anybody can get. My point here is, if you circumvent a system, the system begins to work against you. That's how law is. The simplest thing about law, once you circumvent a system, the system that is supposed to work for you begins to work. My friends always ask me, how are you doing it in Nigeria that you're thriving even when others are crumbling and trying to run away? I say, because I'm not taking shortcuts. I'm not taking shortcuts. I'm not trying to live a lifestyle that I cannot support. It's hard, it's tough, but I will survive every single day. I'm not taking shortcuts. It's just what it is. So Ufando can say all that thing that he wants to say. I wish, well, I won't blame Abu Aziz. Abu Aziz is not a journalist. He's still learning on the job. I mean, I learned a whole lot. I learned how to do interview. With time, he will not learn. If that was a Piers Morgan interview now, you would see, you would ask him the other side. If that was a Simon Jordan, there's a flip side to that question that the Ufando needed to answer. But hey, podcast, it needs to grow. When it grows, a certain place it grows to, it will reverse the question. I'll tell you that.
In case you don't know, it still holds.
Yes, somebody's mentioning the name. Massigram one, you say Mickey Briggs. Yes, that's the guy. Say you can't con an honest man. Mickey Briggs, Danny Blue, and Ash, 2 socks. Hustle. You understand? You can't con an honest man. You might not live the flamboyant life, but if you're honest and you do honest living, it's hard for anybody to con you. There's this line I always say. Many people who suffer in sports betting, they want to go to sleep as a conductor and wake up as Dangote. That's why. You can take it slowly and grow. But hey, no, that's not what we are.
All right. So, like I said, yeah, Udo still holds the record for the highest goals scored in a single NPFL season in 2023. Remember that 2014 season, one of the fantastic season for him with Imba. So yeah, with that, it's a wrap for my end on the show today. It's been a fantastic time on the show.
Before you wrap up, Insult say he never reached insults. I play football. I still understand the game. Raw tactically is not sound. Now, you said the man is a nonsense. You do not consider that as an insult. You said the thing about life. The fire with which you're burning people, they turn and face you.
It's an insult to put him
alongside Paulo for that's an insult. But guess what? You don't like the insult to you, but you like the insult to somebody else. That's the way life is. We should find the balance. There are ways you can bring your things and you put it out there. But when you know that you cannot take insult, don't give up to people. Even this percent of people they blame. I asked one guy, which coach where they tactically sound you go fee old salary for 1 year? You're not gonna lose your tactics. Coach where you not give good tools to work, you not get training ground. The best facility they available to guys are get. You know if they win anything. You know that England have not won anything at senior level since 1966. Most of us were there alive, so they never won us 1966. And the World Cup when they win, that's small will be like a badge. The real World Cup when they win, England never win. What did they never give them? The thing is, coaches need to take Pep Guardiola to Everton. Will he win the league? Do you think Pep Guardiola, Emmanuel, do you think Pep Guardiola will win the league in Everton? All the diamond formation that Kylian Mbappe to tell the win Champions League. Why not use and win for Everton? It's not tactically sound. There are certain things you need to look at. First off, you have some of the worst players in Africa right now. You have a team that does not even understand football. Bunch of players who are relegating everywhere they go. You have only one star player in Victor Osimhen, and then you expect the coach to give you what a Kylian Mbappe at Real Madrid will give you. Why not judge Kylian Mbappe by his Everton performance? I mean, that will not be coaching too. That will not require coaching. Well, that's all
right. It's a wrap on the show today. Thank you for those of you sending your questions, your talking points. We'll do this again. Unfortunately, I'm not here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm always here. Tuesday. I'm back on air and all that. So yeah, thank you once again. It's a wrap on the show today. Thank you for listening. And till we come again next time. Final words from you before we
No final words. Go and subscribe to the NPFL Live app. Let's make it work. All of the things that you guys are asking, they will work. And I'll play my part if I'm called upon. Everybody will walk and we'll see how it goes. But let's push it.
Start vibing to who's your guy.
That's true. Yes, who's your guy? Let me even find that song. Where can I find that song? What's the title of the song again?
Who's your guy?
Who's your guy?
Spyro. That is his best song. the best song to date. Yeah.
There was one guy who had a one season wonder song that Super Sports also used. General Pipe. I'm a born champion.
He remixed that song like 3 times. He added different rappers, added Da Green, the late Da Green, some other.
Da Green, Victor the Viper.
Yeah, and some
Man. Yeah. Why did that guy sing more songs anyway? I mean, that could have, I don't know, it could have done well in music, but hey, sometimes this happen. Let me look for who's your guy.
Yeah, it's just Spyro, who's your guy. There's a remix with WhatsApp ball. When that song, it was vibing everywhere, and I get the business side from the NPFL people bringing that song.
It's not NPFL from the
Propel Sport. Sorry, it's an anthem. The song is an anthem on its own, and bringing it as a team song.
But as we go, let me ask you this question: as a businessman, what would you rather do?
No, I would throw that line. Like I said, like you disagreed. Just add 1 or 2 lines. Like we also saw the Modu Black with that the Arsenal thing. They removed something and added. That's I would have loved it that way. But generally, I'm not throwing the idea in the bush. I'm not throwing it in the fire. It's a fantastic idea. Spyro might not be the big name you feel he is, but that song was an anthem.
That's my point, and that's the angle I look at it from. These guys are doing that's what we call quick market because they thought, okay, if we just put in the what's it called, the app, the AI, everybody will buy into it. First coming out of the door, there's already bashing. So they need to think fast, act differently, and do something different from what everybody expects. And if they wait for long, they might lose momentum. So again, somebody is doing. Should I play the one with Tiwa Savage or the?
You can play the original one.